What's up guys, it's Dan here, and in this video I'm going to take you on a walkthrough through this house that we just got under contract, and it is a really cool house because while going through it, it's a big place, has a house with an ADU, about 4 bed, 2.5 bath, 1,900 square foot, plus an entire additional ADU attached to the house and a garage. And what's really cool about this place as we walk through it is that we actually discovered it has a sub-basement and a basement, which is ample room to actually turn into a separate unit. So we actually just talked to the city and stuff, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy this house, renovate it, and actually convert it from a house with an ADU to an actual triplex, which could take the value of this house and probably triple the value from where we bought it. So the numbers on this place, and we'll go through it, I'll tell you at the end of the video, but they're actually pretty cool, and these are just some guesstimations I'm throwing around, but this is the kind of stuff you gotta look for when looking at deals or wholesale opportunities and stuff like that. So let's go ahead, if you like this stuff, go ahead and check this out. We're gonna actually be managing this property with Rent Redi rental management software. If you guys need an awesome rental management software that we use personally in our business to help collect rent, handle maintenance requests and screen tenants, I recommend this one. You can get it for 6 months for just $1 with the link down below. So go check that out, and let's go right through this house walkthrough, guys. This is live, first inspection, first thoughts before turning the house. All right, guys, we're sitting here. We just got this cool house under contract right there. Hey guys, so Austin's over here. We're gonna walk in here. We just ran and saw this thing like in the darkness last night, got it under contract. It's a pretty cool house. We're gonna go through the inside here, but so this is actually, this is a 4 bed, 2.5 bathroom house. We'll probably turn it into a 4-3, and then actually this area, which we'll go see above here, has a separate entrance around the side, and then it's actually a 1-1 separate apartment with separate electric and everything. So it's like an ADU. It's not a duplex, it's like an ADU, but we're going to turn that into a whole separate apartment and rent it separately. If you're liking this tour, go ahead and hit the like button down below. All right, so we're in here inside the house here. It's got really good bones, hardwood floors. It's kind of like a split level deal. There's the bedrooms up here, but the foundation's in really good shape. The actual house itself is in pretty good shape overall. Very clean, no like smells or mold really. It's gonna be like a paint, carpet, things like that. Updates, of course. We'll read the kitchen. The kitchen is actually, we'll go off through there. It's really nice. Got really good cabinets, which we'll repaint, but they're really high-end cabinets. We got a big old bedroom up here. Austin's going through, but yeah, we're gonna have to get some quotes from this thing. It's pretty cool, big old backyard as well, with a little shed out there. But is this other unit on the other side, which we'll go check out. Looks like we got but anyway, guys, so walking through, the floors are really solid. So living room, it's really just like a very dated house, but you've got these really nice, I don't know what kind of cabinets they are, but they're really clean actually. But we'll go ahead and turn this kitchen over. Very big sub-basement, and then there's another sub-basement down here. It's a ton of square footage. We could even finish this. It's kind of semi-finished already with some wood paneling. Got a lot of windows, egress, so we could potentially even add more bedrooms to this place. If you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and hit the like button down below this video. Go check out the other part of the house. We've actually just had an epiphany, and we're going to turn this place into a triplex. So this is the kind of cool stuff with real estate that you can do, is like there's also converted residence and things, but it's got this nice sub-basement area with windows kind of half buried, and it'd be perfect to add a nice little one bedroom, 1 bath apartment right there. And now this place is going from a house with a ADU to a triplex for a very affordable price. So keep an eye out for these kind of opportunities, guys, because there's all sorts of ways to increase and value add stuff just with a little creativity, guys. So we're in this this little 1.11 ADU that's above the garage, and this is a pretty decently big space, probably 500 to 600 square foot up here, I would guesstimate. But pretty bare. It needs a lot of. It needs some. There's a bathroom here at some point. Looks like there was a kitchen over there, but needs to have some stuff installed in it. But what we're gonna do, this is a house right now, zoned as a house, but it's already got separate meters for the ADU. And what we can do is actually go to the city and get it. Once we build it and stuff, we can get it rezoned as a triplex. And that will actually, if we can increase the rents and stuff, that'll substantially increase the value of the property if we go get a loan on it or sell it in the future, because it's now, instead of a house, the ADU, it'll be a proper triplex, semi-commercial property, investment property. So this is an excellent value add strategy. Hey guys, so here's the numbers breakdown on this deal. We purchased it for $135,000. And the initial ARV as predicted by the comps and the wholesaler is about $235, but that's in its current configuration as a house with an ADU, right? But we think reasonably that we can turn this into a triplex. We can probably rent the main house for about, I would say very conservatively, at least $1,500 a month, probably more than that. I would say, let's just say $1,600 a month for that. I mean, it's a pretty big house, 1,500 square foot, probably, 4 beds, 2.5, 3 baths. I think 1,600 is going to be no problem with very high-end finishes and stuff like that. Let's say 1,600, and then we can rent one of those apartments for the 1 bedroom, 1 apartment for, I think, $800. And so renting that one for $800, and we can probably rent the other one for $800 as well. That's the going rate probably for a good apartment in the area. I've got some studio apartments that I rent for $700 in a night in another area, and so I think that, so altogether, just say $800, and $1,600. That's, you're looking at about $3,200 in rent. I mean, even if we knocked off $100 on each of them, you're still looking at about $2,900 in rent, in gross rents per month, and that's what the tenant's paying for all the utilities, because we properly sub-meter it. So, even just using the, 1% rule, and I think, even in today's economy with interest rates, you can probably get a little bit more than 1% rule. So say the properties, say we're grossing on average $3,000 a month. The initial ARV on this place is only $235, right? So like turning it into a triplex and just doing a little bit of additional renovation is bringing it from an initial ARV to $235K to probably, I would say, very realistically $350K for this property. If it can gross $3,000 to $3,200 a month, that's almost 1% rule, and there's lots of buyers willing to pay those kind of prices. So this is an example. So going from, so now we bought it at $135, we're almost tripling the value to $350. And this is going to be a cash cow in terms of cash flow on this deal, because we're probably, our initial thought on renovation costs is probably 70 to 80 grand to fully turn this. Now, it may be a little bit more to go ahead and do those conversions and things like that, get extra meters, but I cannot see us, investing more than, on the very high end side, like $100,000 in renovation costs into this deal. So just say we even had to spend $100,000 to turn this into a triplex, which I doubt. It's probably going to be more like $80,000. But say we do $100,000, right? We're in it for, let's see, $235,000. And that's like on a very high end estimate. If it's then worth, it's cash flowing $3,000 a month and it's worth $350, then we've just made, $115,000, more like in equity, and it's probably going to be more like $130,000 in equity. And this deal came from a wholesaler. We jumped on it very quickly. A lot of our deals, that's a common theme. We're jumping on these deals extremely fast. As soon as we see them, we're going and check them out. Like we saw this deal in the darkness, and we could tell by the pictures the roof was in good shape. You could just tell pretty fast, and we went ahead and got under contract that night, right? So like basically the day it went live, checked it out that night, just put in an offer and got it under contract. So you know, but the wholesalers, like this is not what the wholesalers were thinking, and probably most investors would not think of something like this. But if you can identify these opportunities, you can find these killer deals like this where you might be able to make $100 grand profit in a flip. So we're actually going to be keeping this deal as a triplex because we like the cash flow, and you know, I think very conservatively $2,900 a month on a 20 or 200 and you know, probably a $220,000 investment. You know, where we're easily going to be able to pull all of our money out of the deal. You know, there's more than 30% margin in this deal. So even if we have to get a 70% LTV loan, I think we'll be able to cash out all of our money, especially getting it rezoned as a triplex. That'll change the value equation completely. And so the bank will look at it differently and be able to give us a better loan than if it was zoned as a single family house, because as a single family it's just going to be sold based on comps. And you know, even small multifamilies are sold on comps, but with the multifamilies they're going to look more on the income approach as well. And if it's, you know, generating a high amount of income, they're going to increase that value because they know that other investors will pay you know, pretty much at minimum a 1% rule price on that. So you know, a minimum they would pay $300,000 for that. So we could probably easily get a loan for, you know, the amount of money that we're going to invest in this deal. So we'll be no money out of pocket and grossing, you know, $3,000 a month in rents on this triplex, and you know, have our say 30% margin built into the deal, right? So we'll keep you guys updated on this and the renovation costs and how this project goes. But this is live in, you know, October of 2022. Just got this deal you know, a couple days ago. So these things are still happening. Even as interest rates rise, guys, you got to stay strong. Keep looking. There's always going to be deals in any market. So keep staying, keep looking, keep getting out there, guys. If you like this content, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel for more updates on this deal and more projects. This is Dan Cohan, and we'll see you in the next chapter.